That's why you check your hubs, or you'll be getting towed 50 miles away. It's like green. That's what happens when you don't have fluid on your axle, well, your hub. You get parts that come out looking like that. So I'm basically out here, took the hub off, bearings are shot. I think the spindle is no good as well. So this being a Ranger, it had turbo cool hubs, something like that. But I think they sell a Vortex spindle and hub kit. So one of the races is stuck in the hub. I don't think I can get it out without damaging the hub. So I'm about to pull the spindle off. These are torsion bar axles or something. But yeah, make sure you service your trailers. That was not fun being stranded. But this is kind of how you do it. So you gotta take the hub off first. This type of torsion bar axle, there's a nut on the back side right here, which is right there. You just beat that out, and that's the spindle, as you can see. Oh, let me see if it'll focus. It ain't gonna focus, but there's a race, the outer bearing. There's the race on the inner bearing, completely welded to the spindle. So gotta get it out of there first. Alright, so like I said, after you take the hub off, you take that nut off the back, grab you some propane torch, grab you a propane torch or something, set it in the tank, whatever you got to heat it up. Heat up the back. I put the nut on backwards so it's flush, so it's hitting, you know, flush and not messing up the threads. Get you a big old sledgehammer, hit it a couple times, and the spindle comes out just like that. So now that I got a tournament this upcoming Saturday, I gotta hope and pray Ranger, or I can find this exact replacement to go back in here so I can fish this weekend. So we'll see. So far everything's going good. Like I said, I got the hub off, got the spindle off. I just gotta find a replacement part. So we'll see. Alright, so if you own a Ranger from 2005 to whatever, and they have tie-down engineering torsion bar axles, I think that's right, and you have oil-filled hubs, which are actually turbo oil-filled hubs, and you live in the Tampa Bay area, TA Mahoney, you can get a replacement spindle and a replacement hub, grease filled, not oil filled. The hub was $72 and the spindle was $62. So, yep, about to get to work. Try to get this back on the trailer. Should go together pretty good. It's always, you know, it's always better putting on new parts than taking off old parts. Just got to put some anti-seize around the shaft that goes inside the axle part, which is the part that goes up and down, whatever. Right, and then this is the part the hub slides on. That's the good thing about this is you have a grease fitting right there, which will allow you to take the cap off the hub, which I'll break that out in a minute and show you. You take the cap off the hub, and you can put a grease gun on this grease fitting, and you can squirt fresh grease in. That'll come out that hole right there, and then it'll actually push the old grease out. So a really slick way of doing it. Hold on, let me get a knife and open this up. Alright. Oh, there it is, wrapped up, pre-greased, which is great. come with new lugs, and then there's the cap. So alright, I'm gonna try to get this thing on and kind of give y'all a little short step-by-step on how to do this in case you guys got to do it for any reason. Alright, so there's the axle tube where the spindle is going to go in. What you want to do is just get all that stuff inside there cleaned up, so a nice smooth surface for the spindle to go in, and then you can go ahead and put the spindle in. Spray some brake clean in there, get a good microfiber, and just kind of go around it and clean it. Alright, so after you clean the axle part, axle tube where your spindle goes, make sure your spindle's clean. You're gonna have a washer, a nut, and a cotter key. Take the cotter key out, take the nut off, take the washer off. Get you some anti-seize. Now, you don't have to put a lot on there. Just put a little bit on there. It's probably too much. And then just spread it around. Just a thin coat, not too thick. So I just spread it, take it off, wipe it on a rag. Because it with being a tapered fit, you want it to fit nice and tight. You don't want to have anything that's going to cause it to loosen up, but just a little bit around it. What you're going to do is you're going to slide this part into the housing like that. You're going to take your flat washer, your nut, and the cotter key, cotter pin key. So as you can see, I got it put in after I put the anti-seize on there. There's the back side. You put the washer on, then put the nut. Gonna torque this down to 100 foot-pounds, and then put the cotter key, cotter pin in the slotted hole, which is gonna be right there, and then bend it over. And we'll move on to the front. So socket size, in case anyone's wondering, is 1.5 inches. Alright, so after you get the rear spindle torqued down, you're going to want to take off this cotter key, take off this nut right here, and washer. You're going to get your hub. And from TA Mahoney's, this hub came pre-greased, ready to go. Bearings packed. You're going to want to put this over your spindle. Make sure you have some rags because it can get pretty messy. You want to work those bearings and that hub until you get it seated all the way back, so that seal rides up on the spindle. Looks good. From here, you're gonna put your washer on, and this calls for 50 foot-pounds just to seat the bearings, and then back it off to put your cotter pin in. Some people just hand tighten it and then back it off, but you don't want the hub to be too tight. So 50 foot-pounds. Said you don't want no play. Just like that. Put your cotter key in, and then you want to put your grease cap on, and then put your tire back on. Simple as that. Alright, so and just like that, the hub's on there. New spindle. Like I said, this is a grease-filled hub. I eliminated the oil-filled hub, which, you know, if the oil leaks out, I mean, you're done. The good thing about grease is it ain't gonna leak out as fast as oil. So, you know, if you have an older Ranger with these tie-down engineering axles or whatever, looking to get in grease-filled hubs, and if you're in the Tampa Bay area, look at TA Mahoney's, $140. You get everything you need to swap it. So just take care of your trailers. Make sure you check stuff. Don't be like me, straight on the side of the road with a $300+ tow bill, you know, 50 miles away, week before the tournament. Didn't know what I was gonna do. So hey, if you like this type of content, make sure you hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button as well, and leave me a comment down below. And until next time, well, until I see you guys on the water, I should be putting out, hopefully, the previous tournament video should be putting out soon, and then this upcoming tournament video out on Lake Tarpon. Hopefully I get some good footage. It's supposed to rain, so I don't know. But until next time, tie lines.